Give him the forecast.
Omega level threat detected.
Ancient sands, heed my command and reclaim these relics of hatred.
Viewer discretion is advised.
If you just know you're that girl,
Yeah.
you just have no choice but to be that girl. And I feel like I'm that girl.
What if you don't wake up feeling like that girl? How do you be that girl?
You need to go back to sleep and wake back up again so you can feel like that girl.
There you have it, child. That's why I feel like I'm the T. I feel like I'm the T because I work at being the T. Like, no shade. I'm not the T just because a bunch of bitches like me and live for me because we all homegirls. I'm the T because I'm the motherfucking T. And that's just sad. I mean, that's just what it is. People legit in the world love to live for foolishness. Love to live for foolishness. You love to live for your bald-head homegirl that just bald-head whole shit. It's clear that I'm working at being the C, so girl, let me be the C. Like, give me that. Give me my flowers.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you haven't had a chance to do so by now, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And to go a step further, I humbly ask that you tap that notification bell. That way you'll be updated each and every time I'm uploading something new. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram at YBSpeaks. Okay? Now, first of all, I know that I'm late. I apologize. I thought, I could be lazy because I did satiate the streets, girl, last week. Down to the chasing panel, girl. Hello, God. Shout out to the chasing panel for having me. I gave a lot. But I know y'all live, hello, God, for my individual reviews. So here we are. Okay? Just some brief church announcements. I'm going to be getting with the Justice League because I think it's only right that we end this season off with a collaboration, honey. Hello, God. The Justice League Unite. I'm going to get with the crew and see if we can determine, or maybe Markel can give us a little bit of, we shut up, Markel. We don't be out here talking, girl. So I want to know when the season's going to end because I think that this season, it needs all of our collective thoughts, hello, God, and just a wonderful reason for us to get together, hello, God, and serve some truth and justice. Okay, amen. So drop that in the comments. Let me know if you guys will be here for that. Well, actually, I already know you will. Hello, God. Let's just tell the truth, girl. Amen. Girl, let's just get into it. Chasing Dallas, Season 6, Episode 7. This episode continues with the aftermath of the fight between Zesty and Donnie. And I have notated here, Rachel, I need you to do me a really huge favor, girl. Come here. Come, daughter. Girl, I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up. Period. I'm going to need you to be quiet. I stand by what I said in the chasing panel. It's giving Chihuahua. You remember when I had that conversation about the bitter bitch link up, Oliver, Twixt, and Q, and I equated their existence to Lent, the annoyance of Lent? Yeah, girl, there's not, I take it back. There's nothing more annoying than a fucking Chihuahua. Okay? They're literally just doing the most for no reason. You're gonna give yourself a heart attack, girl. Chill out. And I understand, I get it, girl. You have to put a little extra.com on, girl, for the cameras because you missed most of the, beginning portion of the season. But when it gives try hard, it makes me want to try hard to avoid you. Okay? It makes me shiver in me timbers, girl, that I have to deal with you. Because you are now an annoyance that I want to avoid. Rachel, you are a trans woman. I understand you feel comfortable because you have Roberta Dutchmaster, you have Linmon, or whatever his name is, girl. We forget about her, you, girl. You faded to the background of life. And this rabid dog, your homeboy, your brother in Christ, girl, in gay Christ, you feel comfortable. You got the representation of masculinity at your beck and call, and you think that they're going to ride and die for you. And that may very well be true, but in life, in the real world, in reality, hello God, you end up setting your friends, your homeboy, them up for failure. Carried out by 12. Or is it 6? I forget. Either way, you may end up putting these boys in a situation that may cost them their life or their freedom. Because the way in which you and your homeboy stepped to Donnie's father, I wouldn't have been able to tolerate that. I would not have been able to tolerate that. I'm sorry, girl. You've ever seen a Clydesdale horse kick a dog on a farm? All of that barking and shit that y'all be doing, girl. Yeah, you'll be kicked by a Clydesdale horse, bitch. Do you know what a horse kick feels like? I don't know what it feels like, but when I've seen it on videos, girl, that shit looks excruciating. Very painful. Okay? And that's what you need, require, and desire, girl. I think that's what it needs. You need to be horse kicked. Be brought, you know, reconnect, girl, those brain receptors, girl. Because something in you has obviously snapped. Okay? Honey, Rachel, the reason she's upset is because, forgive the plane, y'all, these bitches. I swear, when I'm not doing the video, you don't hear no planes. Anyway, Rachel claims the reason that she's upset is because when Rio had busted Donnie's shit open, girl, in the last episode, well, actually, no, my bad. It was in the same. Sorry, Donnie, girl. You getting these strays, girl. Yet again, bitch. Yeah, my bad. It was within the same episode. Okay? But the last episode, not the one we're talking about now. Anyway, Rachel claims that child in the aftermath, you know, Donnie spit blood on her and she felt like it was done purposefully. When Donnie got into the confessional and he explained his side of the story, I'm sorry, Rachel, also known as the annoying Chihuahua bitch, hello God, I believe Donnie. And when I look back at that particular scene, all of the chaos and confusion that was going on, y'all were surrounding that boy. Y'all are drunk, hello God, y'all are in y'all fields, tensions are running high, y'all are circling the doll like buzzards, child. And then every bitch got a phone out, almost like a moment where you trying to embarrass me. It's already going to be on a web reality platform, one of the most popular, hello God, web reality platforms. So now all y'all bitches got y'all phones out. So yes, I have to agree with Donnie in this. I'm going to turn around and go to yelling at you bitches because you are all up my ass like a Chihuahua on a Clydesdale horse. And y'all see that I have blood gushing out of my mouth. Why are you running behind me like a crazy person? So I do not believe that what Donnie did was done maliciously. I don't think there was any intent there whatsoever other than to yell at you bitches to back the fuck up and leave me alone before I look at you as an enemy too. Period. Period. Anyway, Donnie's father and Roberta Dutchmaster leave with mutual respect. At first, you know, the tensions were high, girl. We really thought that there was going to be a melee between Donnie's people and the gays of Dallas. I'm glad there wasn't. And I'm glad that, at the very least, Miss Roberta Dutchmaster had the sense to take on understanding what it is to be a father, which means there's growth, there's maturity, there's understanding. We're not going to be leading with our fists. Hello, God. We're going to try to talk this out and leave with some type of respect for one another, and that's exactly what happened. I respect Donnie's father for that, and I also respect Roberta Dutchmaster, hello God, for that as well. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because obviously Rachel and her people, they were on go. And that wouldn't have ended well for anyone. and that probably would have got the production sued. Anyway, in this same moment, child, we have Jet Jeff and Tedley having another loyalty conversation over it. That broccoli has been done. There is no reason that either one of you, again, these are thoughts I shared on the chasing panel. I'll just reiterate. There's no there. We don't expect it. As viewers, we saw the relationship or lack thereof throughout the seasons that Jet Jeff and Tedley were introduced to us. We understand. And again, not everybody is meant to be friends. Not everybody is meant to, walk in the same circles. You don't have to fucking like each other. Period. And Jet Jeff, you look like a crazy person when you keep regurgitating that whole loyalty thing. You're living in delusions of grandeur too. I gotta be honest. I live for you, girl, but I gotta tell you the truth. When you keep bringing up, what did they say? The definition of insanity is by repeating the same thing, expecting the same outcome or something like that. Heard it all before, girl. Anyway, next we have Granny Goodness, girl. She's doing her drag performance. I have to say it again, girl, because it's just that fucking funny. It's serving Lion King, girl. Deception, disgrace, deception, disgrace. It's giving Lion King, girl. The song was, girl, YouTube platforms. Beyonce does not play, girl. Beyonce does not play. You will be striked. They will grab your channel, girl, and hold it hostage. You'll never see it again. So I don't blame them for not playing the song. So it was Beyonce's Freakum Dress. What I know from that song is that there's a lot. And you didn't even give 1% of that. It's giving I need to go to the gym. It's giving I need, 30 minutes a day on somebody's treadmill, girl. Hello, God. Get in shape. That way you can actually do the things of those things. You don't have to look your age. You already have the vocal cords of an 80-year-old smoker. Okay? We don't need 80-year-old performances in what's supposed to be a lively show with a lively song. And I didn't see any type of dress that said Freakum. It gave one of your thrift store pics. Moving on. Girl, Jet is getting his lips done. Jet, I have to say this. Take the advice of the professionals, girl, before you're walking around here looking like a blow-up doll. Do not allow your insecurities or what you looked like in the past disrupt, dismantle, hello God, destroy the esteem you should have of yourself. I'm getting that. I'm seeing my glow up, and I want to do everything possible to make sure I get the results that I'm looking for. Trust me, I understand. But if it starts with something as small as a little lip injection, and the next thing you know, you're rolling around life looking like a little Kim girl, a doll that was left in the microwave for far too long. Do you want to give Meltiana melted plastic? Be careful. You look good, bitch. All you need to really do is continue going to the gym, tone up that body, and you'll be straight. Don't be out here. You're already a handsome man. Do not play with yourself any further, girl. But we have free will. Do what you feel you need to do, girl, at the end of the day. But I'm telling you, if you go too far, you're gonna look like Hazel Sneeze. Bitch. You're gonna be giving Hazel Sneeze. I'm telling you, girl, you're gonna be over here looking like Armand Wiggins, honey. It's gonna be giving horse, bitch. It's gonna be giving anteater. The girls will botch you, girl. I'm telling you. You better do everything that you need to do. Like, every time I do a video, this bitch wanna pull up. Yeah, girl, I'm telling you, it starts with a little bit of nip tuck, and the next thing you know, it's full on Hungarian surgery, girl. And you being, girl, you better ask Joan Rivers, girl. You better ask some of these girls out here who ain't leaving the table. I'm just saying though. Anyway, next scene we have Donnie and his boyfriend. They're on a date night, child. You know, they're horse and carriage, girl, giving Rihanna, girl. Okay. I'm here for it. A moment where I can appreciate Donnie. A moment where I even more appreciate his boyfriend, because his boyfriend is obviously not delusional. His boyfriend is a realist. His boyfriend is not afraid to tell him when, hey, babe, you look a little crazy. You look a little, you know, your cup is runneth over. Okay. This scene was really cute. Again, I love gay love. I love same gender loving love. Okay. Especially when it's done this way. I'm here for it, girl. Agent 47. Shout out to Terrence, girl. Agent 47 and Donnie are just having the conversation about, you know, his time here on the show and all of the heads that he's been bumping up against, girl. And Donnie says, hey, I would like to basically go on an apology tour, but I need bitches to apologize to me as well. And Agent 47 has let him know that that's not how apologies work. And during this whole thing, Donnie, I know that he does a little much with his communication. I didn't like the fact that I felt like he was over talking. You could tell there were moments where Agent 47 wanted to say something, and in mid-sentence or mid-word, girl, Donnie's interrupting him. But nonetheless, opposites attract. Opposites, obviously, they must do. You have Donnie, this high energy, volatile human being, and then you have this even keel, calmer, balanced individual. That's needed, required, and desired. I'm actually very calm in my social groups. Most people around me are hotheads. I provide the balance. And then sometimes they find themselves providing the balance when I end up being the one that turns up. So I do love that about that relationship. It's fairly new. At the time of filming, he said in that scene it was 3 months. So you haven't dated in 2 years. So for you to open up and trust, homeboy Agent 47 must be putting the moves on your ass and making you feel like a WOMAN, honey. Okay, I know that's right. Period. I'm gonna go ahead and say nice things. I live for you got a whole man. You got your dad in your life, your stepmom, your real mom, you got your brothers, you got your friends. Like, seeing all of that, and even though I threw my little, you know, home health aid shade, like your dad is your, your aid worker, girl, okay? I do live for that dynamic. You have people. And now I understand a little bit more on why they're all there, to keep you reeled the hell in. Because from the looks of it, at least thus far, you kind of need it. Okay? So in a way, let's tell the truth, in a way, they actually have been your home health aides. Okay? Anyway, moving on. Oh, and I want to say this too. Donnie, you have to understand this, and you did admit it in the scene, and I appreciate you for saying it. Like, the initial impressions are the reason why we are here. And this doesn't just go for Donnie. This goes for people across the board in life, everywhere you go. Initial impressions are everything. It could make or break a person's perspective about you. I know a lot of us say that we don't care, but deep down inside, we all care about what others think of us. So I know we all have heard the expression growing up, first impressions are everything. And based on the impression you gave and your reasoning for even being on the show, you cannot be surprised or shocked that people look at you and have said the things that they've said or treated you the way that they've treated you. It's not for no reason at all. Okay? The next scene, honestly, I just feel like y'all could have kept it. We had Granny Goodness, Rachel, Jayla, and Glenn. They all met up to have a moment of sharing in their dreams, their hopes. Hello, God. I don't want to talk about any of these things. We should be seeing them. We're in episode 7. Rachel, I understand things may have happened. Granny Goodness, at this juncture, I don't want to hear no more talking. I want to hear doing. I want to see, I don't want to hear doing. I want to see doing. I've yet to see it. You have time to do drag performances. We have time for fighting, and we have time to put together Valentine's Day parties. And I think all of that is to hide from the fact that what we originally came on here and said that we were going to be chasing, we're not even doing that. Tedley, you have time to try to turn. You remember when Cynthia tried to get a little umph in her system, girl, because she was low-key tired of being, Nene's lapdog, or being looked at as the quiet one, the weak one. Tedley, the energy that you're putting into trying not to look like the weak cunt that you actually are, you could be putting into providing some type of chase for this season. Period. The one thing I can say about this whole scene that I feel like wasn't either required or desired was the fact that we have to give Mother some props for standing up for Donnie, because Rachel, let's just tell the truth, you're just doing too much. And it's giving try hard. I don't like them. Anyway, moving on, Rio and Zesty, they get together to discuss collaborating their businesses, and at the same time, they end up sharing a little bit about their life of struggle, girl. I'm here for it. There's really not much to talk about in this sense. I just want people to kind of listen to people's stories and understand that they too struggle. I said this a while ago, and I said it on the Chasing panel. I said it in a video I did talking about the drama, Hello God, the other day. We all can relate to struggle. We know what it is. We know what it feels like. We know how it made us feel. That is what unites us. Okay? Period. Moving on. Chloe is home, child. She's working on putting together a shirt order. Meanwhile, she's talking to Kelly. I would love to see more of the printing process. I would love to see, again, we're chasing here, people. I would like to see, I don't really think that's a her issue. I think that's more of a production issue. Whoever's leading the way, I know it's not just Markel. I need people to say, hey, I want to see you. How are you getting your pictures? How does this process go? Teach us something. Okay? Girl, they end up talking about the Valentine's Day party. And as we move into the party, that Rio ended up catering. I get it. Wings and sliders. I guess, child. Girl, y'all could have did some smothered chicken, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese. It could have been more of a Valentine's Day thing. It's giving finger food. It's giving baby shower. But I guess. Did anybody say the food was good? What's the tea with the food? And Zesty said the invoice wasn't paid. Did y'all pay that man? Because Rio said he was paid. So are we just not going to pay Rio? Pay Zesty? I need to know. Some of the girls also brought their mans, honey. Shout out to Jeff and his man. Hello, God. Shout out to everybody else. Lamont said he didn't know he could bring his girl, which I think is complete foolishness, because they said and claimed that your significant others were invited as well. I think Lamont just didn't want to bring his girl around, because as we see, there's some moments that we're gathering, girl, where people are disrespecting Lamont and his relationship, i.e. Rachel. So maybe there's another reason Lamont is not bringing his girl around no more. You brought her to something as dumb as the damn bowling alley. So why wouldn't you bring her to a Valentine's Day party where it was said that they're invited? They can invite. So let me know, Lamont girl, you plan on cheating on your girl? Or you just didn't want to bring her around because you don't want there to be a problem because these other girls were out here claiming you to be their husband? Anyway. Because I see Kelly has had to check a couple of times. We see in the upcoming episode, tonight's episode actually, where Kelly has to let, you know, some of these girls, you know, he's married, girl. Like, yeah, y'all girls start to show y'all colors, girl. You know, some of these girls don't give a fuck if you got a nigga. Anyway, girl, the drama with the whole name situation, with being called mother and blah, blah, blah. I get both sides. I do. But I want to reiterate what I said on the chasing panel. In our community, there is a hierarchy. When someone proclaims himself as mother in our community, it is saying that I am the queen. Hello, God, I am the king. I am the one above all. Hello, God. I am he or she who reigns supreme over the girls. This is my house. You are my children. You will listen. It's giving a lecture from Pose, girl. No matter how many times Blanca went out on her own, we always knew when Electra was around, she was really the mother. And she will be treated as such. Okay? That's why I get why a lot of bitches got a problem with it. But at the end of the day, Kelly, we want to talk about government names. What name were you born with? Jeff. So I get both sides of it. I really, really do. But to be going down these long-ass roads of drama and foolishness is ridiculous to me. They end up playing a game, and Jayla suggests that the room go around and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Zesty versus Mother, they end up squashing the beef. We don't really care. I mean, I care that they squashed it, good for them. But we saw in their confessionals that was some fake ass shit anyway. All right. And with when it comes to Zesty, I know a lot of the girls don't like him. I have my moments as well. But I will say this. I can always appreciate a bitch who will tell you exactly how they feel about you and not sugarcoat a goddamn thing. And say it in such a way that's kind of calm. We're not arguing. It's not no rah-rah moment. I'm just letting you know that I don't do you. And it's okay to tell me that you don't do me because, again, we be sitting around this life trying to force people because they're in the same social group to be friends, besties, sisters in Christ. It don't always got to be that way, girl. It is what it is. Chloe and Rachel, they ended up making up. And this is the part that really gagged me the most. When Jayla was talking to Zesty about saying, oh, I wish that, basically, I would wish I would let this whole race thing go. I'm, again, reiterating what I said in the chasing panel. If the shoe was on the other foot, and actually, I've been saying that this whole season, if the shoe was on the other foot, we would not be letting it go. We would drag this out the way that we would drag this person to the ends of the earth and beat them in the streets of life while drowning them in hot volcanic lava, bitch. Stop acting like y'all would be letting it go, because you wouldn't. So I'm on Zesty's side. Don't tell me, respectfully, seal built bitch. You ain't even doing nothing this season. The same way Glenn was called out for being boring, Jayla needs to be called out for being boring too. And wearing those atrocious fashions. I don't know whose fashions are worse, Glenn, Jayla. I ain't gonna lie, Chloe, I love you, girl, but we need to pick it up with the fashions, girl. I love you down, but you've already been whipped in the streets of life, girl, by the snow globes of life, girl, Dracember, girl, and everybody else. I'm not trying to put more on you than you can bear, but since we talk about the state of fashion in this particular season thus far, I definitely have to say that Glenn, Jayla, Chloe, girl, sorry, and Mother too. I know y'all living for Mother, but that shit is trash. I'm sorry. From my perspective for fashion, it's a no for me. Sorry. But that's Dallas for you. Dallas ain't never gave you fashion cunts. But anyway. And Rachel, again, in the moment of life where you're trying to fight butch queens, you've already been defeated by Chloe. the way in which Zesty handled Donnie in the ring, what makes you think that you're gonna fare any different? If anything, it'll probably happen. You know, again, you feel more comfortable because of the alleged masculine presence around you. Don't forget, you can get this work too. I always tell people, I'm going to tell you the truth about me. I don't care about none of that bullshit. I'm going to tell them, men, women, children, dogs, cats, trannies, non-trannies, aliens, bitch. I don't care who, the retarded, hello God, could get this work. If you put your hands on me or you're serving me a certain level of energy that's needed, required, desired for me to retaliate upon thine ass, I'm telling you right now, I don't care who you are, where you come from, your walk of life. I don't care nothing about that. Be careful, girl. You're not always gonna meet someone that's gonna be respectful. You're gonna meet a real disrespectful bitch one day that's gonna put you in your place. And then you're gonna be the same girl yelling out transphobia. I'm just saying though. Anyway, that's all I care to discuss. Oh, the Jet Jeff and Mother thing. Honestly, I don't care. It's love and war, honey. Let me tell you something. I've seen the girls do worse. Y'all coming down on Jet Jeff. I've seen the girls do worse. We've seen the girls do worse. So why are y'all sitting here trying to condemn that boy for what he did to Mother? Did we forget when Mother was doing those microaggressions down to that skating ring? When it was like, oh, you chose basically, now, not verbatim, but from what I took away from it, girl, you chose the people on the other side of the fence or something like that. That was giving Trump wall talk, bitch. And further microaggressions that we've seen, so don't miss me with that bullshit. Period. Okay? Anyway, y'all, drop that in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Girl, hopefully y'all see this before the episode tonight. Either way, I appreciate you watching and engaging in the platform. Be blessed, never stressed. Remember that health is truly wealth. And until the next video, guys, take care. Bye.